Okay. So we can just go ahead and jump right in. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Amanda Tompkins, and I am the Director of Education at Learning for Life Farm. We are located in Johnstown, Ohio. We are on about 7 acres, and we have alpacas, and we have bunnies, and we have 2 barn cats, and lots of gardens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
um, do you want to go ahead and like talk about your program? How did it start? What led you to want to start this?
Sure. So I was not there at the beginning. So I will say that I started in, what was it, October of 2023. So I've been there about a year and a half now. So originally the program was created as a transition program for one of the local charter schools. So they specialized in serving students with autism. They still do. And so those high school and middle school students would come over and we would work with them on job skills, social skills. And the reason for that is because of the large discrepancy between a typically developing person and someone with autism, who they're just massively unemployed. It's about 80% unemployment or underemployment for individuals with autism. And we have learned that they are very capable. There just needs to be some accommodations in place. And then they are able to really thrive. So it's been really good to see. And we've been successful. We've had multiple students come through our program that are now gainfully employed in the community, and really doing well. So it's good to see.
That's awesome. I really like that. I do.
Yeah.
um, you work with alpacas, right? Specifically?
Yes. So we have 6 alpacas. They're all males. And the reason I know that was, I think maybe I'm getting ahead on you, but the reason for the alpacas is they're a relatively quiet animal.
Mm-hmm.
So students with sensitivity to noise, for example, they're not going to be bothered by alpacas. The only time
Right.
they're really noisy is at feeding time because there's a little bit of a hierarchy, pecking order. So that's the only time that they make a bunch of noise. They'll spit at each other and start making squealing noises. And so that's the only time they make a lot of noise. So as far as working with them, we will harness them with our students. They are able to walk them around. Overall, they're really not that smelly of an animal either. So they're not particularly offensive that way. I know like chickens, cows, horses, they can be a little bit more smelly. So that's the reason for the alpacas. And they were also used in a therapy program initially.
Okay.
Yeah. So that program doesn't necessarily exist anymore, but it did. So we had a licensed social worker who would actually load these guys into a minivan. So they walk right into a minivan, and she would take them to schools, and then she would work on social skills with various age groups, actually. She would work with the elementary age students clear up through 12th graders.
Okay. So it's like for anyone really, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and again, we have specialized in working with students with autism, but we know that pretty much anyone can benefit from being outside, from learning work skills. Any teenager would benefit from learning work skills, and just getting fresh air. And everyone loves to work with animals. It's really motivating to, I feel, most young people, when you have animals that are dependent upon you. You have to make sure that they're fed. You have to make sure that they're clean. They cannot do that for themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
we find that it's a pretty good model, actually.
Yeah. What is your favorite part about doing what you do?
So my background is in special education. And also I've had animals my entire life. I love animals. I've had large animals, small animals. So when I learned about Learning for Life Farm, it was a no-brainer. I needed to get involved somehow. It just kind of marries everything that I love. I love working with special needs kiddos. It's been my career. It's also a huge passion of mine, along with animals, being outside, and being able to do all of those things and actually make a living doing it is amazing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really rewarding.
Is there anything you hope for your program's future?
Well, we're a nonprofit, so that's always a little bit of a scary thing. Sometimes it's great, sometimes not so great. So we're hoping, of course, to reach more individuals in the future through funding. So we are able to obtain grants occasionally, which is awesome, in community support, of course. So the
Mhm.
more we're able to reach out and gain support from the community, the more kids that we can serve, which is really our goal.
Right. Is there a specific excuse me, is there a specific place, people can go to, fund you and whatnot?
Yes, so you can follow us on Facebook, and then also our website is a really good place to go. You can sign up for our newsletter too, to learn about kind of what we're doing on a monthly basis, and then also look for our fundraisers, and that's learningforlifefarm.org. So that's learning for the number four lifefarm.org, and you can learn about everything we have going on there. And there should be a link there as well to donate if anyone feels inclined to do so.
Awesome. Any other, like, message you have for the audience at all?
I would really love to see more programs like ours kind of popping up. I don't know if this is anything that you've heard of in your area. We're kind of unique in our area, which is really nice. So I would love for more people to kind of see that there is a need,
Mhm.
and to maybe start funding and creating programs like this all throughout the country would be wonderful.
Of course. Thank you so much. That was all the questions I had. Do you have
Okay.
any questions for me at all?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you so much. This was great.
All right, thank you, and good luck with everything.